Well, today's Thursday, 27th of March 2025, and I'm not working this Saturday, so I have my Durango returned, of course, with full tank of gas. And actually the guy is like unbelievable. He actually washed the car, and even floor mats are pretty clean. So I have like 90 kilometers left of gas in my Jeep, so I don't have any rentals for Durango until end of April, so I'm gonna use it this the end of the week for, you know, Uber and Lyft. And somehow the guy activated eco mode or eco mode, you know, economy mode. I was trying to find that because I know my Durango has it, but when he returned it, I see on the screen it says eco mode, and the only button I see is that says eco off. So it's supposed to be on by default when you start the car, but I never saw that before. So I want to send him a message, ask how did you activate the eco mode on my Durango? But yeah, this guy was the best out of all the guests I had so far. This guy returned the car in excellent condition, and he extended the stay, so I made an extra $100 because he returned it around like 10 to 11. And he sends me a message, so I come out, I take pictures of everything, I close the contract, so no damage. And now those mats in the back, you know, those mats I bought on Amazon for the cargo space, they really look, you know, great. Like when you open the trunk, like it's all rubber, you know, it's like, it looks, I don't know, like very professional, you know, like it's well taken care of, you know, vehicle. But yeah, so tonight I'm driving the Jeep. I drove the Jeep to work, so I'm gonna return home, park the Jeep, grab that spray to clean the seats a little bit, just for the smell, you know, it creates very nice smell that people were giving me compliments about this. Oh, your car smells so nice. I said, well, it's not the car, it's the, you know, it's that cleaning spray. It has this special aroma, like, you know, sweet, and it's nice, you know, I like it myself. And so I just spray it on the back of the seat at the top, and so they can smell it and just clean up just a little bit, you know, with a towel, and that's it. We'll have to do some Ubering, because yeah, the beginning of the year was pretty bad. January, February, you know, like March, I hardly made any money, and my income at work also went down because we were not busy, not enough hours, you know. But now since I had that raise, now things should be better. And plus now with the good weather coming, Uber should be busy as well. And in other news, Lyft introduced a new category. They call it, I think it's called Ultra or Extra Comfort. Like they had Lyft, XL, right? So like my Durango qualifies for XL, a regular Lyft, and now Comfort and Extra Comfort. So it's supposed to be a bit more money. You know, I want to try it, see what happens. And that's another reason to use Durango, because potentially I can make more money because of the, you know, XL, both on Uber and Lyft. So let's say it's a group of people, so I can make a bit of extra money. So yeah, gonna drive it tonight, and then Friday night, and then full day Saturday. And Sunday I was thinking of going to the public land to shoot some targets, but it's 100 kilometers one way, so 60 miles, and I'm a bit tight. My budget is tight for gas now. I think I'll just do Uber. I'll just sleep in, Sundays usually in the morning they're not busy, so I'll just start like have lunch at 11 o'clock and then start. And I'm just leaving the airport trail, joining the exciting 201, the ring road, heading to southeast with my first delivery in a Freightliner. I have a electric, they call them slab boom lift, electric slab boom lift. And I took this, I always take this, I always take this shortcut for the ring road because I mentioned this before, the airport trail becomes its own lane, whereas before this it's just 2-lane highway, and so there's always traffic jams in there where people try to come in and they have to mix with these guys, you know. Whereas airport trail, you jump in, right away the traffic starts moving. But yeah, the weather, I was just talking about the weather getting better. Actually today is, they actually the forecast was for snow, you know, just a couple of centimeters, but still, like freaking March, you know, like March is always here like this. In Canada, it's unpredictable. You can get snow even in April, you know. But now it looks like it's just a rain, but maybe small. It looks like, what is it, 32F right now. So it can get slippery, you know, if it starts snowing. Definitely going to be some accidents. Oh, yesterday I saw something a bit scary on Crowchild Trail. I was driving south, and the opposite northbound lanes were all closed. There's a ton of cops just parked in the middle of the road to, you know, so they divert all traffic like on a detour. And then I see a couple of fire trucks, and there's firefighters standing outside there, and they're holding some kind of a curtain, you know, like a chest high, and they're blocking the view or whatever's in there. And there's a couple of mangled cars. And actually Google warned me, there's an accident ahead. Is it still there? Yes, it's still there, but it's on the other side. But for those guys going north, it was a nightmare because the entire portion of the highway was closed. And I'm guessing there was probably some dead people in there. I don't know, some blood or something. That's why I never saw firefighters use a curtain like that, you know, to cover the scene. Must have been really bad, you know. And it was blue sky, nice weather, dry, excellent visibility, and that stretch of the highway was straight, you know. That's how I was reading about this, that most accidents happen in good weather on a straight stretch of a highway. Because I guess people get overconfident or something, I don't know. Now it's raining worse and worse. And one thing I forgot to take with me is my raincoat. I have it in my change room, in my locker at work. But it wasn't raining, you know, it was just maybe a couple of drops when I left. But now it's getting bad. Oh, actually I have somebody else's jacket here. Okay, I'm gonna wear that one. Because yeah, otherwise my little jacket here will get all wet. Those are the challenges of working outside in all kinds of weather. Okay, and I need Glenmore Trail. My exit is at Glenmore Trail in 10 clicks, 6 miles. So the rule 747 is in play. Keep the distance from you and between you and the previous vehicle large enough for a Boeing 747 to land? Actually, I don't think there's a Boeing 747. I know there's 737. Is there a 747? So maybe I've been following a wrong rule all along, you know? So I was staying too far, you know? Yeah, I always, this kind of weather, I always watch my temperature gauge. If it's 0 or less, I get worried, you know? Because imagine, it's all water and it's 0. Freezing. That's not a good combination. That's why I'm staying the heck out from the previous vehicle, you know? The heck away. Some guy is walking on the rail line. Crazy. Yeah, the other day was like plus 10, you know, 50 F. And now this. Hey, I'm selling one of my cameras. Anybody wants a nice little camera? Nikon 6 Mark II. 4,000 shutter activations, excellent condition. And I'm selling my 50mm 1.2 lens. Camera is 1,500 Canadian, the lens is 2,000. Free shipping. So yeah, those videos, yeah, that was really stupid, you know, like when I did a couple of videos with my dash cam when I was doing Uber and Lyft. Yeah, so Lyft got upset. Man, I cannot see anything. Where's the lines? Glenmore Trail, 4.8 clicks. Okay, we're getting there. So yesterday I saw on the news Trump announced additional 25% tariffs on cars from Canada. American cars that are built in Canada now are gonna get much more expensive. So I got my Durango in time, you know. 75,000 MSRP, sale price 62,000. And it's making me money, you know. I should have kept, you know, that Hellcat I had, that I had to trade in at a loss. I should have kept that one and just listed on the rental company's website, you know. Not in, of course, in this weather because it's rear-wheel drive, but in the summer you can make great money with that. Because now my payments for the Durango and the Jeep combined are more than what I was paying for the Hellcat, you know. And somehow I managed to do it because now I have, you know, relatively steady income at my main job. People are getting impatient, driving like maniacs. Somebody's gonna get killed.
2 kilometers, take exit 88 onto Glenmore Trail.
These electric boom lifts, they don't really like this kind of weather. That's why we keep them inside the shop. And now the poor thing sits on my bed over there, soaking rain in. All these little lakes we have, I see the water is still frozen, even though we had quite a few spells of, you know, above zero temperatures. There's still ice.
In about 2 kilometers, keep right onto 52 Street Southeast.
Time to turn off my headlights, so I'm switching to just parking lights because of the rain.
Stay in the left 2 lanes.
And this slab boom, it's the machine I have. It looks pretty small, but I checked the weight. It's It's just over 10,000 pounds. So I used 4 chains, 4 binders, and 1 chain on the basket.
In 1 kilometer, keep right onto 52 Street Southeast.
We're passing a Freightliner dealer. Lots of trucks on the lot. Sleeper trucks, day cabs.
Use the right lane to keep right onto 52 Street Southeast.
And my destination is somewhere right here. As soon as I turn, the guy, when I called him, I said I'm coming in half an hour. The guy says, were you the one delivering it last time? Here's a Mac. I said, I'm not sure. You know, we do like
Right.
6-7 deliveries a day. I don't remember everything. It's somewhere here.
At the light, turn right onto 76th Avenue Southeast. Then turn right onto 54th Street Southeast. Turn right onto 54th Street Southeast. In 500 meters, turn right.
It's one of these buildings.
Turn right. Then the destination is on your right.
Yeah, I remember this one. Yeah. The other time I was here, there was a semi truck unloading. All right, let me double check the name of the company. Now check this out. There's a huge forklift. I guess this place is called truck equipment, so they're building cranes, you know, like cranes for like truck mounted cranes. So this massive forklift just worked as a crane to lift that huge boom, and I'm guessing now it's going into the shop to be installed on a truck. And that guy is pretty strong. Just he's flipping the thing all by himself. Alright, and now we're going forward. And this funny forklift has only one wheel in the back. So it has like 2 axles. Long boom, as you can see, and so yeah, 4 tires in the front but only 1 in the back. I guess somebody didn't have enough money and they only gave him 1 wheel on the back instead of, you know, a two-wheel axle. That's what happens when you're on a budget. Nice looking Volvo wheel loader over there. I wish I could get a job on something like that, but
At the stop sign, turn right onto 76 Avenue Southeast.
nobody wants to hire me with 500 hours, you know. So anyway, another happy customer. I checked my messages from dispatch to see if there's any pickups, because they told me just 1 delivery and then return empty. Okay, but sometimes something comes in, you know. Somebody cancels a rental or on the computer. They can do it by email. Wait, am I going this way? Huh. I was pretty sure I came from there.
In 1.5 kilometers, turn right onto 68th Street Southeast.
Okay. Big Rock Brewery. Yeah, there's lots of beer brewers in Calgary. So yeah, I parked the machine, and actually I was here before. I guess the guy recognized my name or something, because I always, you know, introduce myself. Hey, this is Sergey from so-and-so rental company.
In 1 kilometer, turn right onto 68th Street Southeast.
And he says, were you the one who dropped it off last time? And now I remember there was a truck parked there, and I was maneuvering right next to the truck, and the guy got nervous. He says, oh, you want us to move? But you know, it's a boom lift, so I could raise, you know, when I raise the boom to be higher, I can see everything. Like, the visibility is amazing. Actually, when I was taking it out today from the shop, it was the same thing. I was coming to a spot, you know, I'm in the basket in the back, right? So I cannot see, like, am I gonna get past? Like, there were 2 machines on both sides in the hallway, in the aisle there. And then wait a second, I have a boom lift. So I raised the boom so that I was probably like, you know, 3 meters height, and then I could see clearly.
Turn right onto 68th Street Southeast.
I could clearly see there was enough, you know, space on both sides to pass, you know. Very handy. Oh yeah, Glenmore Trail is right there. Okay. It's funny how GPS, I think it always does this, you know. When you going one way,
Stay in the left lane.
it gives you a different route than when you return. I don't know why. Why it cannot be just, you know, one route? See, I did a loop. It sent me that way and then this way, and then I'm returning like this. Maybe the GPS thinks it's...
Use the left 2 lanes to turn onto Glenmore Trail Southeast.
Maybe it tries to avoid left turns. I don't know. And we are back on Glenmore Trail, and now we're gonna go east to jump back on 201 Ring Road. Oh, the trailer has Ontario plates. What is this? I'm guessing it's a Freightliner. Cracked fender. Doesn't look all that old, but not new, definitely. Stoughton trailer. I remember this. My first or second year with Challenger Motor Freight. I was delivering something, you know, like my first year probably, because I was still pulling driver and trailers like this. And I remember once they said, when you deliver, it was somewhere like, I don't know, Illinois, Wisconsin. They said, drop the trailer. You don't need the trailer for the next one. I said, really? Okay. So I dropped the trailer at the customer there in the States. And then they say, bobtail to Stoughton factory in Stoughton, what is it, Minnesota, Wisconsin, you know, somewhere there. So basically the trailer brand is the name of the town where the
1.3 kilometers. Turn left to merge onto Highway 201 North.
where the factory is located. And I still remember, this was like, what was it? So I got my AZ or Class 1 in 2005. So this was probably 2006. So 20 years ago. And I remember I had the invoice
In 1 kilometer, turn left to merge onto Highway 201 North.
from the factory for the trailer. And it was something like 22.5 thousand US, like $22,500, you know. So now these trailers after COVID, right, they're crazy. It's just, I forgot, 50-60 grand, you know. Like a reefer like this is especially expensive, you know. If I knew then what I know now, I should probably borrowed some money and should have bought a bunch of these trailers. Imagine, one trailer is 22,000 US, and you put it in storage somewhere, right? And then 20 years later, they're worth, you know, $60,000. Man. Yeah. And also I remember, of course, as soon as you pick up the trailer,
Use the left lane to merge onto Highway 201 North.
brand new trailer in the States, so that's your cargo number one, right? Because you have to clear that trailer as a load at the border, and so you're not supposed to get it loaded. As I remember, one lady officer told me, you know, you're not supposed to have a load on it if it's a brand new trailer. But anyway, so Challenger, of course, would not want me to drive empty. You know, what is it, like probably 600 miles from Stoughton. I think it's Minnesota. I don't remember. But, and so they sent me, I think it was somewhere in Chicago, to pick up a load. And I backed to a door, and a Spanish guy, I think he was speaking like half Spanish, half English, on the forklift. He says, man, your floor looks so new. What is, I don't want to go on with my forklift on the trailers. Is this a new trailer? I said, yep, I just picked it up at the factory. You are the first one that ever sets foot or a wheel in this trailer. So we were laughing, you know, like, but it was, the guy was really surprised because, you know, it's a brand new trailer, and inside it was super nice, clean wooden floor. So the guy didn't want to drive in. I said, you want me to throw some dirt in there maybe to make you more comfortable? I don't know. way to pass somebody. When you match your speed with the guys you're trying to pass. And he's all over the place, going like this. Well, I guess it's windy, yeah. Look, his rear trailer wheels went on the zipper. Nice job, MDR. Yeah, here you're supposed to slow down to 60. Flat tire. Alright, the cruise control is back on at 95 clicks an hour. In this truck it's my, I don't know, my favorite speed. So 95 is what, 59 miles per hour. Just the truck seems to like it. It's 2000 RPM, so good for fuel economy. Axle trailer, a regular truck. He's moving an excavator over there.
Keep right.
And most trailers here in Alberta are very tall. They're more like step decks, you know, but they don't care because here the height is not an issue. Like there's hardly any bridges. I think legal, what, 14 feet? But like even if you're 15, 16, it's not an issue. You get a permit and off you go. Alright, what is this? A guy decided to park on the shoulder on a curve. Jeep Wrangler. 2-door. Yeah, this is my second run. Got one delivery, so delivering a large scissor lift and picking up one of those ladders, you know, collapsible ladders. Oh, check this out, the heavy haul on the other side. The guy's moving a wheel loader. Again, the trailer is super tall, but this guy has a Jeep and 3+2 in the back. And here's another oversize on the step deck. But then as I was leaving the yard, my phone made a sound and I see it's a message from my dispatch. It says, pick up these two instead of the ladder. And I just confirmed, so no ladder, right? He says, correct, okay. So now I'm instead of the ladder, I'm picking up two small lifts. One is without the engine, it's called push around man lift, and the other one is self-propelled man lift, and they're like probably 1 meter by 1 meter, or like 3 by 3 feet. That's the basket, so it's like a mini version of a regular scissor lift. And I'm back on the same tier 1, except now, yeah, so just passing my area, Skyview Ranch is somewhere there, Cornerstone, Redstone. And the weather is, oh yeah, wait, I was just about to say that I saw +2 35F, and I was just about to make a joke about, you know, the spring is here, but now it's down to 0, 32F. Anyway, so yeah, gonna deliver the scissor lift and then pick up 2 of those small lifts somewhere in Southwest. But now I'm going pretty much to the same area where I delivered that electric boom lift. Glenmore Trail and the Ring Road. Saw a guy pulling a small RV, like the guy had a Hyundai SUV similar to in size to my Durango, which reminds me that, you know, I was trying to start some towing business with the Jeep, but that one can only tow 2,000 pounds. And so I went to the Bass Pro Shop to look at the boats, you know, like what's the weight of the smallest boat with its own trailer, and they were all more than 2,000. Because, you know, I thought I would put an ad online that I can do, like, you know, because sometimes people need this, sometimes people need to move the boat, you know, and let's say their car broke down or their truck broke down or something like that. But yeah, that one was, the capacity is too low. But the Durango, because it has a V8 and all-wheel drive, and it's much bigger, it can tow up to 7,200 pounds, 7,200. So that's already pretty sizable, you know, either a boat or an RV. So that's an option. So I have a vehicle that can tow a RV, right? And I was thinking maybe, you know, I can swap the apartment for that RV, but then I know it's expensive, you know, to live in an RV camp. And plus we're in Alberta, so I'm pretty sure there's no camps that are open year-round. But that's something, you know, that's in the back of my mind, that I can get an RV and then maybe travel through US and Canada, you know, later on when I retire completely. I don't know. Just a thought. And here was this is what I was talking about. You see the 2 lanes, right? 2 lanes. I'm going south on 201. Now that's the airport trail exit, and then after that overpass there'll be entrance. And this spot, there's always traffic jams in the morning here. Okay, so here's the ramp from Airport Trail, and you see that sign? It does not say merge, it shows an additional lane. And that's the best part about this. So it's always better to use Airport Trail in the morning to jump on this. See, these guys have their own lane, no issues. We're just all getting along pretty good. So now I can open up the bottleneck because I'm slow. Well, I don't want to drive faster, you know, like I have 95 set on the cruise control, because all these guys want to do like 110, 120. Let them go. Well, I just picked up that man lift, the one that you have to push around. It's so heavy, you know. And even here, the guy left it the sidewalk there, but the road has this hump, you know. And I'm telling you, it took all my strength to push it, and then I like, what's going on? And then I noticed that the front wheels, the brakes were on. Semyonovich. So I released the brakes, it became a bit easier, but still I was like at 30-degree angle pushing it. You know, when it's something heavy, you really, you know, have to be low to the ground. And so I brought it behind my truck, lowered the bed, and I said, that's it. So now at least I can use my winch. And again, made a mistake. So last time it was the paperwork said northwest instead of southeast, right? This time I screwed up myself, and instead of this street, no, instead of avenue, I put street. And I come there and I don't recognize the place. Like, this is 2 brand new houses here. Like, I remember this street, and I look at the Apple Maps. It says you've arrived, you know, 7th Street southeast. I look at my paperwork. No, it's not street, it's avenue. That's another 5 kilometers. But what is this thing?
Turn right onto Poplar Road Southwest.
Oh,
Turn
some kind of
left
a
onto 8th Avenue Southwest.
some kind of a stump grinder. But this is a super nice area. Like, nearby there's a huge shopping center with Walmart, you know, all kinds of stores, Safeway, which is our Canadian grocery chain.
At the stop sign, turn left onto 8th Avenue Southwest.
And
Take the first right onto Spruce Drive Southwest.
time flies when you're having fun. It's already 10. My ETA for the next job is 10:58. You know, 11. That's my preferred lunchtime. I like having lunch early. You know, that has a bit of a history. Like, why do I go on a lunch break so early? You know why? Because back when I lived in Cambridge as a millionaire,
At the stop sign, turn right onto Spruce Drive Southwest.
life of a millionaire, right? Staying in hotels. So I go on the road for 2 weeks. I come back, I go into a nice hotel. You know, I didn't go to some like $50 a night hotels. I was trying to find something like $70, $80. So these were pretty decent.
At the next light, turn left.
You know, something like Hilton, you know. But yeah, originally I remember I stayed in one which was super cheap, and then I got bitten by bed bugs, and I said, that's it, I'm out. And I started paying a bit more, but going to better hotels. But my routine in the morning was usually I would pack my laptop, which, you know, I no longer have, right? Because
At the light, turn left onto Boat Trail Southwest.
yeah, I never thought I would sell it, but I needed the money when, you know, when I wasn't working shortly after I moved to Calgary. Yeah, that's what I meant. So there's a Walmart, there's Spot Check, Safeway. It's like a huge shopping center. Boston Pizza, and there's always peace officers sitting for some reason behind this building right in front. It's Calgary Public Library. And I was just coming this way to pick up this machine, and I turn my head to the left over there, and I see 2 cars, peace officers. I'm guessing because it's a, you know, public place, you know, a shopping center. I don't know what they're doing there. But also there's a trick there when you're getting out. That street at the next light, not this one, at the next light, like you cannot turn right or you cannot turn left, something like that. I think that's what they were looking there for. Like, they like sitting in an ambush, you know, near some kind of a prohibitive sign.
In 5.3 kilometers, turn right onto 1st Street Southeast.
Yeah, so I delivered that big scissor lift, and then I came here, picked up this man lift, and it's a good idea that, you know, another cardboard house, plywood, sorry, cardboard would be really bad. But I called the guy, it was voicemail, so I texted him, I said, we're coming, pick up your rental equipment. And it's good that I did that, and we always do that because you never know, right? So the guy may not be there, And as I pulled in, a guy in a pickup truck pulled in at the same time. And he says, "You here to pick this up?" I said, "Yeah." And the machine was sitting, on the road near the sidewalk, so ready to go as far as I was concerned. But he said, "Hold on, I just have to grab the manual. It's inside." Because this thing has like a little pipe, that's where the manual is rolled in, and it's in there like all scissor lifts. No, most scissor lifts it's in a box, like black box in the basket. But these ones, because they're not enough space, Ford Raptor, another Ford Raptor, I mentioned this the other day. I see so many of these, like they're expensive, but they seem to be so popular, And that black Ford F-150, it's a Raptor, I know, because it's wide and it has flares on fenders. Ugly truck, I don't know. I prefer a Ram, that supercharged 6.2 supercharged Ram. Man, except it's like, I don't know, 5 miles per gallon. You cannot have fun in that one, because you go on a road trip, you'll be stopping every hour, to get fuel. But anyway, so the guy goes in the house and brings out the manual, rolls it in. Takes him like 10 minutes to finally make it into that tube because it's so tight. I said, everything was okay with the machine? Just to get some feedback. He says, yeah, it was okay, but it took us a while to figure out how to use it, and he shows me like little panel over there. He says, you see, we did not know that you have to press this button with the lightning symbol while you push the other button up and down. And I recognize that symbol because that's what you see on a boom lift. Like on a boom lift, it's the same. If you operate the boom lift from the ground, basically it's like a safety feature. So you have to hold one more button while you, let's say, push the button to raise the boom, And so these guys did not know that, and so that's why they took out the manual. And this place, so this one I dropped off myself, the other day, and the other one I'm going downtown to pick up, but this one it's a self-propelled man lift, so I don't need a winch for this one. Hopefully I'll just drive up the deck, but now the deck is, because the deck is still a bit wet from the morning rain. Oh, they moved out. There was a Beamer, like a BMW dealer here, empty. They removed all the signs because it was a very bad location. It was either Mercedes or BMW. No, Mercedes is over here. Yeah, that was BMW. Downtown, da 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 da. And I've been to this building a couple of times because these guys rent from us, occasionally. And it's basically a multi-story building, and you have to go in the back alley, and they have like a big bay door, and that's where I dropped it off last time. And so I just called the guy before heading over here. I called him, I said, hey, this is Sergey from such and such rental company, could you please bring that man lift outside, so I'll be there in 20 minutes. He says okay. So this way there's no surprises, people know you're coming, Communication is the key in trucking business. So yeah, look forward to driving the Durango tonight. It's been a while since I drove it, right? Because last time, after the previous gas before this one, I just washed it and it was sitting outside because I didn't want to burn the gas. See how they put the manhole covers, like strategically, one under the left tire, one under the right tire, so it's hard for you to, you see, like here, 1, 2, so it's super difficult to bypass them because it's like a minefield. I don't know why they need so many freaking manhole covers, you know. And again, why not put them in the middle? Put them in the freaking middle of the lane, so because they get damaged, right? When you jump like that on these, they get recessed, and then sooner or later they have to fix them. Like freaking construction guys, you know, they don't think. I guess what might have happened is that maybe originally those manhole covers were in the middle, but then they changed the road, you know. They changed the road, they made the lanes wider or more narrow. See, like here, 1, 1, 1. I don't know, it's like every 10 meters there's a manhole in the road. Here's one in the middle. Wow. That took some guts and some real serious engineering to do that. And here I see 1, 2, 3, 4 in my lane, 2 in this lane, and 2 in this lane. I guess these are what for? These are for repairs and inspections, right? One, I'm lucky here, they're in the middle. On here they're off center. Wow, this is a good lane here. See here it's off center, 2 of them. All right, here we're gonna hit something. Oh, this is the hotel where I was doing photography during Stampede.
Stay in the right lane.
Fairmont. Very nice inside.
Go past this light. Then at the next one, turn right.
Yeah, I'm gonna email the lady, see if she wants to hire me this summer, because I'm off for 2 weeks in July. That's my building, so I just need to go in the back. that's not good. And that's my machine over there. Beautiful. See, that's what happens when you give people notice. So you see, you have a joystick, and you have to push this thing in over there, and that's how you steer. No, that's how you increase the speed. And if it stops, you have to push this again. And that's it. And then push the brake out or in. Oh wait. Yeah, like push it in to lock it. So now I just have to tie it down and we're good to go. And this is the ugly, the one that you have to push around. That's it. I can go back to base and have lunch somewhere along the way. The truck to my right says Mullen Trucking. Man, these guys are still in business. I think that was my first forgot to pump up air into the suspension. Okay, where are we going? To south. I think it just, yeah, I go straight and it turns into basically a ramp. Yeah, just picked up one of our largest scissor lifts, 40 by 46, which means it can go up to 40 feet, and the width of the machine is 46 inches. Because quite often people have to get the machine inside the building, so they need to know how wide it is, you know, like will it fit through the doors. And so on the side of each scissor lift it'll say 40 by 46. They don't even use any asterisk, so it should be 40 feet, like the, you know, apostrophe at the top, right? And then 46 inches, so 2 apostrophes or whatever, you know, like an inch symbol. But they don't even do that. So at first I was, you know, when I was new at this, I thought 40, the first number was the width, and the second number was how high it can go. And I remember I brought our smallest one, like 19 by, what is it, 19 by 30? Yeah, 19 by 30. And I told the guy, I said, well, he says, how high can it go? I said, well, you see 19 by 30, so it means it can go up to 30 feet, and it's 19 inches wide. And the guy looks at me, it can go to 30 feet? And I scratched my head. I said, I think so. But 19 inches, that does not make any sense. That's too narrow, right? And so when I get back to the shop, I consulted with the shop mechanics, and they said, no, it's the opposite way. So the first number is maximum height, second number is the width. All right. So I finally figured that one out. And so this one is 40 by 46. Imagine, that's why it's pretty heavy, because it has to be steady when the, you know, the guy works at 40 feet at the top, like holy moly. But at Mullen Trucking, I'm pretty sure it was I was in Concord, Ontario. The year was 2005, I'm on top of the cloud 9 because I just I think it was July or August. I think it was July 2005. So 20 years ago, I finally passed my AZ or AZ Class 1 driver's license test. Failed first time because of backing. Couldn't back properly. Second time I failed because there was a female instructor, or like from the Ministry of Transportation, who was testing me, and she was so bitchy, At one point she says, "Why are you straddling the lane?" Like I was driving a little bit like this, like my right wheels were on this side, but I was getting away from somebody. Like there was another truck here and I got scared, and so I pulled too much to the right and I crossed the zipper, and she marked that as a mistake. And then I think I did something else, maybe during the circle trip, pre-trip, so she failed me. And then third time I decided to focus on how to pass. And so I didn't use any specific truck school. I just found the one that had the cheap rates to rent a truck with a trainer. And I found this Russian school, like I forgot his name, basically a Russian dude, had his own little mini trucking company and with one truck, and he also started a little trucking school. He hired a guy. That's it. He had one guy and one truck, and because of that, like he had very small overhead. That was perfect. I think they charged $50 an hour. And so I said, guys, trying to get my AZ. I already failed twice. I don't have too much money, so I just want to rent the truck with the trainer till I feel comfortable I can pass. Like, you guys charge $50 an hour? I said, how many hours do I have to take in one sitting? And they said, well, 2 hours would work. Just, pay us after each lesson. Cool. So, I would go there. This was in Concord, like Vaughan, north of Toronto. I would drive over there, meet with the instructor. We drive for 2 hours. I paid them $100. And so I took I forgot, maybe 10-15 hours, till I felt comfortable. So I was backing okay, because by that time I worked at a towing company, and quite often, and I drove a truck like this. I drove exactly the same type of a truck. We call them tilt and load, or in the States they call them roll-off, flatbed, basically a large tow truck, right? See, like this guy, he has two cars, one in the back, and that's exactly how I learned how to back. They would send me to pick up some write-off cars from an insurance company, and you just drag them with the winch because they're just, they're mangled, they're damaged. Well, not necessarily in a super bad way. Sometimes it just would, be a couple of headlights, missing wheel, whatever. So you just drag it on with the winch. Like the worst one you put on the bed because it doesn't need to have wheels, right? You just can drag it with the winch. But the second one has to be in a better shape because you put it on the wheel lift. And so once you do that, that little car in the back acts as a trailer because you have a wheel lift that articulates, and I would go, let's say I would arrive at a shop or whatever, at an auction, and the guy would say, well, park it in the street there between those two cars. That's for the last one, for the rear one, and then the one on your bed, just, bring inside the shop and we'll just drop it inside the door. And so I had to back with this truck with a car in the back between two cars, and there's nobody there. Nobody's harassing me. Nobody says go, go, go. Wait, what's taking so long? So I could take my time, and this is how I learned how to back. And of course the most important in backing is when to stop turning your steering wheel, because it's the easiest part is, yeah, most people know, okay, you want the end of your trailer to go left, you crank your wheel to the right. But what they don't know is that at a certain point you have to put it straight and then even start putting it in a opposite position, opposite direction. Otherwise you create an angle like that, and that's you see all the time with new drivers, because they don't teach you, well, at trucking schools. The guy would just say, oh, watch me, like, why I can do it and you cannot do it. Like, most of trainers that I've dealt with at these trucking schools, they're idiots. Well, they're not idiots, but they're just drivers. Like I have class 1 or AZ, so I can go to a trucking school. I can get I think you need a special license. You just take a couple of courses and you become a trainer. But it does not, okay, you're a good driver, you know how to drive, but can you teach other people how to drive? And quite often they cannot. Like, what am I doing wrong? He cannot tell me. Yeah, well, watch me. Boom, 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 and he backs. So I said, well, teach me. What's wrong with you? But anyway, so third time, this Russian guy, he says, we have everything under control. We go to out of town. There's a school there, like 50 kilometers away from Toronto. I mean school, a testing facility. He says the guy, the inspector is the former trucker. He's very open, he likes truckers. Most of our graduates pass. Cool. And so we went there. I was super nervous.